All right, this is AP Chemistry. We're on Unit 2, and we're talking about resonancy and formal charge. And the main things that we want to learn here, and some terms that we need to know that are important, is that we understand what delocalization of electrons are, and understanding what resonancy is, and that we can have multiple structures. And when they say determine the resonance hybrid, basically we're looking for the best structure. That's what that means. They want us to find the best structure. And we're going to use something called formal charges that we're going to use not only in this section, but also when we talk about the Vespar model. And I'll have another video on that in just a moment. So some terms and things that we're going to talk about. Basically all a resonance structure is we can have more than one correct way to write a structure when we talk about it with the Lewis dot diagram. And notice that the actual shape of the structure, what we're having, the elements, where they're located, hasn't changed, but this double bond could be in any one of these locations. And one of the terms that they talk about is localized electrons and ones that are delocalized, ones that are moving around. This right here would be localized. These right here that can move around, and we show that with a dotted line and a solid line, those are delocalized. That is one of the key concepts to get out of here. And again, want to remember that we're not changing the arrangement of the elements. We're just moving where the electrons are, which is the best structure it is. And to figure out which is the best structure is we're going to use something called formal charge. And we basically what we're doing is it will help us determine what is the best structure to have. And we can do that by using a formula, and they give a ton of different formulas, different ways to do it. If you look at different videos, different books, they're all showing different ways to figure out the formula. I think this one right here, and this is the one I'm going to use in my examples, and it's the one I use in my homework, is when I figure out formal charge, I'm using the number of valence electrons. So oxygen we know has 6 valence electrons. Fluorine has 7. And then I'm going to look at the number of bonds and dots, add those together in bonds. I'm talking about single, double, triple. So I'd have 3 here, 2 there, 1 there, and then any valence electrons that are around. And basically what I'm looking for is should minus what it has. So I'll do an example like that, and I think it'll make it much easier. So that's really the main things out of this section, and I think the example that I have in the next video will help quite a bit.